Ito tubi para. Ako rin kay tumene. Wana kay barangin angin temingit. Ari-ari nga tunga kwarata kamala ya dawin ngolong-ngolong yar kana cumu-cumu yar agum ne.
The pastoralist mode of production has been more coercive. It had been more conflicting. Their mode of production meant going to raid from the other person. When you don't have, you go and raid from the other, which consequently would mean killing your opponent in order to rob his what? His property. And at the same time, you also expect counter-attack.
Blood, strife and revenge are the attributes which took root in the culture of Karamoja. Northeastern part of Uganda is continually rocked by constant cattle raids between tribes and clans, which is creating serious insecurity. It threatens the survival of the families, and the losses in human lives are countless. The whole territory is in a great need of peacemaking, and the opportunity to live without constant fear of death and injury. In 1999, the government of Uganda decided to initiate one uninhabited part of Napak District in Karamoja, where the conditions of life and policies could enable people to live more secure and sustainable lives. Although the main socio-economical activity for Karamoja community is nomadic pastoralism, the local government passed a resolution declaring Nakayot as a cattle-free area in order to prevent cattle raiding activities, intertribal conflicts, indiscriminate killings, rape, and other defilement acted out by the warriors. People who were displaced by armed conflicts, widows and orphans, started to move to the resettlement camps around Mount Napak. Over 60% of nearly 5,000 people living in Nakayot resettlement camp are children and women. They were promised possibilities where they could, by hard agricultural labor, provide the food for their families and build a more secure future. In January 2010, ADRA Uganda secured a grant from the Royal Danish Embassy in Uganda and collaborated with the district local government to implement a 2-year project which would create possibilities for sustainable agriculture and water supply. There was a need of a constant water supply for irrigation of the plantations and clean drinking water for personal use. Only 5 kilometers from the resettlement camp in Nakayot, ADRA started to create conditions which would make agriculture and resettlement possible. The best solution for water irrigation was to construct a valley dam, which would collect water flowing from the surrounding mountains. Around the dam, the land has been given by the local government, and the people were given the opportunity to grow their crops watered by flood irrigation. Besides the access to water for irrigation, the community needed clean water from boreholes. Because of the lack of clean water, people were forced to drink the water from local water ponds. ADRA Uganda installed one solar well and are about to install a second one, distributed to the new settlement at 3 different tapping points. With a clean water supply, the health of the community is more stable, and it also attracts others to join the peacemaking area. To make the community more sustainable, there was a need to create an agricultural resource center where people could develop new skills in agriculture and gain needful knowledge to grow a variety of food needed for basic human consumption. The project supported and empowered beneficiaries to form a community-based organization known as Nakayot Farmers Cooperative Initiative.
This is an organization which started last year in January, and by June 22nd it was registered as a community-based organization to operate in Napak District. Its main objective is to transform the livelihood of the Karamoja, who have been originally pastoralists, to get a living, through agriculture.
Currently, they assist in mobilizing and sensitizing the community to engage in sustainable livelihood activities such as farming and in the maintenance of established water facilities. ADRA has supported the Nakayot communities through provision of appropriate agricultural skills, such as planting in rows, crop rotation, disease control, seed selection, and post-harvest handling techniques. To improve household food production, ADRA has helped people by providing high-yielding and drought-resistant seeds of sorghum, beans, sunflowers, maize, and cassava cuttings. Besides vegetables, ADRA also promoted growing fruits, such as pineapples, oranges, mangoes, and guavas. Attracted by the possibilities of this new peacemaking area, more and more people started to move to the new resettlement camp called Kakuma. Here are some of their stories. Luis Lopedol was encouraged to move with his family to the new resettlement camp. Violent events that he has witnessed are still fresh in his memory.
To tiaka dinga to aneni to bongo dinga to me lo to me kedra ngi pian lo pian na bela tu ba aneni pei to nyu na tana bongo bakora to nyu to bakora gi to rutune ne to ni kidina ba u yanga maleni ko alo la kale ke chuma ye to aneni kirka dinga to na perito na kware to de china kwa pajik todo china kwa so amuna unra kwa arawro abukono rek to nga kot anala patu yanu ke kala wa kujuda nga kronguna ke kala utama ena kona abukono da nga kotokana amam nga peru ya da ina kintari nga gipi nguna nyamata idio borengini taite todo china kwa paje kitara uni borengini ini anyamata ngetonga tari ngulu ara ngi mongo alo keto angana mam kara ku to jongo to ngulu ara wono.
Cattle rustling involves raids between tribes, but after some time the raiding even started to spread between clans within the tribes. Luis was a couple of times displaced from one area to another, searching for a place of refuge where he could settle in peace. Besides the local insecurity, strong droughts killed all the crops his family planted, and he was forced to find a solution for a more sustainable future.
Aneni tarawna ya tamari iko kiriyo to waluai ile munyo to waluai ai mono iriya elu nyatari ngi to walu ni pian kangi bakara kangi madini ko ha elu nyatari eponete akera ngi to wa elu te bakara dang akera ngi pian elu te ngi pian adang akera ngi bakara epote ngi madini ko dang akera ngi bakara tamara nai apana iriya muriya mana Nakayot apone nai pone Nakayot.
By moving to Nakayot, he is hoping to give his family some security and to be able to sustain them through agriculture. Luis is a member of the farmer group, and he is very grateful for the help he received from ADRA through donation of seeds, cassava plants, clean water supplies, and agricultural tools. Some people have deep emotional scars as a result of the cattle wars. Veronica Iryama is one of them.
Yawa chuma danginati hazala tadupak amata no mo goda apo mo kitaicha hazala dangin tadupak.
Upon hearing of the opportunities of the new peacemaking program, she with her 2 children decided to move in hopes of finding security and being able to fend for themselves.
Kijulakin akwa paloto me jik akwa pakin dada kijulakin tada una guru tada uni berdada biare modang ana ito kana ani abunia kizile tamaru apana ya kizile ma ya winta za kizila lo akbekinde mamna ito kana wache ni ara na botoloto ma dik bekine teilalo ada uni ngagroka ma ajunu noine aya wona kizilalo.
Another life which was traumatized by the cattle raids was the life of Alice Ochiang. She lost her 5 children in a gun clash, and the memories of the horrible events are still echoing in her mind. She hopes to secure a better future by joining the resettlement program. She believes that in the new area she will find comfort and relief from the uncertainty she's been living with in the past. By joining the farmers group, she learned new skills in growing crops, and the given possibilities of an abundant water supply are making agriculture possible for her. The program also attracted 3 friends with their families. In the past, Apollo, Michael, and Sunday were suffering severely with the problems of drought and hunger. So they in turn raided other gardens and stole cattle.
Ario nkumama ko ngene lo lero ontorio mana nkumama etato akache kemo etato emogo etato ngachok tamara wone mogo be alo mabon ara wone nkumama ito ko ake kemo
karang to ngani dia dongonori anda kay dupa ngal tianga to ngana mamule ngana ko neye metama balo dia ada wara tiaranga to.
In time, they started to question the sustainability of their actions. By taking the cattle from others, they regularly received counterattacks, where their own lives and the lives of their families were threatened. In fear of continuing with the raidings, they decided to search for possibilities where they could solve their problem of food insecurity in a way which would not involve stealing from others. By hearing about the new possibilities of the peacemaking area, they decided to give their lives a new beginning. They have all joined the farmers group and have learned new skills of growing crops in the given area. Apollo has 7 children, Michael has 8, and Sunday 11. They all believe that in Nakayot, they will be giving their children the opportunities to find refuge from poverty, hunger, and insecurity. Besides the mentioned individuals, there are many others who are searching for a refuge from hunger and insecurity, and more people are deciding to join the peacemaking program. The area is still in great need for educational and health institutions. Besides security in the region, parents are aware that the future of their children is highly depending on their education and health. The closest school and health unit is nearly 30 kilometers away from the resettlement camps, and in that regards the area is still marginalized. The problems of drought and hunger led the Karamoja to search for solutions in destructive actions towards each other. Many perished, and many families have had the heartbreaking experience of losing family members, friends, and possessions. The way of finding a solution is to offer better alternatives. By learning and accepting new ways, and by a continual effort towards peace and reconciliation, the Karamoja are giving themselves the opportunity for a much brighter future. ADRA changes the world, one life at a time.
Baba,